In this video I'm going to show you how to fix the bleed screw on a radiator when it's jammed solid and doesn't want to come loose. In other words, the bottom section also turns. This is what the bleed screw looks like. As you can see, you've got a normal hexagon bolt, and underneath it you have usually a copper or aluminium washer, and this is the top portion of the radiator. Okay, the first step we have to take is to clean the plastic around the bottom section here so that we can get access there with a spanner. Now, as you can see, I've cleaned away the plastic all around here, and we've had to be careful that we don't go too deep because we don't want to penetrate the radiator itself. So I've got about maybe 3 to 4 millimeters of space here. If you look carefully, you'll see that at the bottom here it's also a hexagon type of nut. So what I've done is I've machined a 12 millimeter spanner to make it thinner, and I've opened it up a little bit more so that it's a tight fit when I knock it on here. And I'm actually going to have to use the hammer to knock the spanner into place. Alright, now we need our 13 spanner on the top. We'll bring them close together, and there she comes loose. She's come away, and to get the spanner off here I'll put my screwdriver in there and I'll knock it away. Okay, you can have a look at what it looks like inside here. As you can see, my copper washer wasn't looking too good, and that's probably why it didn't want to come off. If you look inside there, you'll see how this bleed screw works. We've got the normal thread, and on the side we've got that piece there that's been machined out, and when you loosen the bleed, the water comes through that channel there and comes out. Great, so now we've cleared that area, but now we've got to close it up again. Remember, what was happening here is this thing was basically moving. If you come closer again, you'll see that this was actually moving in the radiator. You see, that's why the nuts wasn't coming off, the bleed screw, because that was moving. So another reason why I've open it up so much is because now I'm going to take some glue. Okay, I'm going to be using Bradley Quickset steel glue. There is another glue which I'm very fond of, which is Q-Bond, but I can't use Q-Bond in this situation because wherever water is involved, Q-Bond basically dissolves. So never use Q-Bond for any water related products. So I'm going to mix the Pratley, make sure I got enough. This is basically a 2-tube glue. When you mix the two, it creates a very strong bond, and that's about the same amount. I'm going to mix that up, and it's a quick setting glue, so you don't have to be super fast, but ideally as soon as you finish mixing it, and mix it through very nicely, very well, so that you make sure that both of the compounds mix in together. Once you're happy with that, we're going to apply it. Now obviously my surface areas are already clean because I've only opened it up recently, but all of the areas have to be super clean so that the glue will stick to it nicely. Rather have too much than too little. You want to try and get it all done in one go. I'm going to bring it a little bit closer to myself so that I can work it nicely. Work it nicely in and make sure that it's making good contact at the bottom. Section there, a bit more glue. And it doesn't matter if we've got a bit of glue on the top there, because we can always clean it off with a bit of fine sandpaper afterwards. But ideally try not to get the glue on there. And that's it. We'll wait for that to dry and then we'll just clean it off nicely. So that's basically how to repair the bleed screw on your radiator when you've accidentally tightened it too fast, too tight, and the whole bottom section is turning with the bleed screw when you want to undo it. This is Leonard Blichner, African Lion Art, signing off.